Hey YouTube, it's Rob. I'm doing another video on the same area that I showed yesterday or the other day, lining up with North America. I'm going to take North America and line it up with another part of the planet. And you know, I just want to clarify that I can't explain the whole theory in one video. So if you're seeing this for the first time, you have to see other videos to understand what I'm trying to show. Because I get a lot of people upset with me. It's just weird. I'm trying to show you guys something that I've been working on for over a year and solved or found, and it's something new that nobody's ever seen before, pretty much, except for maybe a few people saw some of it. But basically, I'm finding things that nobody's ever seen before, and I'm trying to share it with regular people like you and I. And so far, most of the experience has been good. People have had to put up with a lot of stuff from me, like my the way I first did my first videos, and plus I'm working through character defects. That's the other thing you notice when you do these videos. You start to see your own defects because you're watching yourself, do your thing, and they kind of stand out to you. You don't notice them normally, but when you watch your own videos, you do. But at the same time, though, I'm getting some shitty people that show up here that I don't know what their purpose in life is, but it's pretty shitty, whatever it is. It has to be, because all they do is come here and they just try to tell me a bunch of nonsense. They try to make you feel like you're failing. You're trying to make you feel like you don't know what you're talking about. They're totally like the opposite of moving forward, as a physical being in this universe. I mean, these guys are just nothing but the the worst of the worst. The like just shitty ass people. And if that's what you call a troll, then that's what these guys are. Shitty ass people trolls. Like Millertopia and White Man, his boyfriend White Man. So anyways, this is dedicated to them because I'm going to show you guys something that it can't be denied. And what can't be denied is the lineups, that I can align these reoccurring patterns like nobody's business, down to the finest details. And let me prove that. Here's the Philippine Islands. This is North America. In between us, there's a Pacific plate, according to plate tectonics. Now, I've always thought that plates and continents were connected. So, like say for instance, North America would be basically glued to its plate. Okay, nowhere have I ever heard of continents sliding off a plate or anything like that. But yet, what I can do is show you observable evidence, and that's exactly what this is. I get people that tell me it isn't. It is. It's as simple as that. It is, and it's accurate. It's an accurate, uh, uh, you know, image of our Earth. Get over it. I mean, dude, it's like so many people want you to fail. It's just ridiculous, man. So, anyways, I'm just trying to share this with you guys so that you guys can see this. What you do with it, that's another thing. I don't. So, anyways, the Philippine Islands. You see this area right here. You can see that it lines up here in California. Okay, the other parts line up too. There's a circular area right here, and it fits that. It fits it all the way down. Because this actually slides down. Here, I want to show you. You see this part, right? And it turns because there's rotation. And there's rotation because there's a vortex involved here. Okay? Usually when you have rotation, you'll have a vortex. Every time. Just like when you flush a toilet. It's a vortex. This is running around. This is a vortex. Okay, I get people that okay. I'll be honest. What upsets me the most is when I've been working on this for almost a year and a half now, and then to have like somebody that's looked at this for 10 minutes turn around tell me I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, where I have no education, start calling me names or whatever. That's when I start to get a little upset, you know. And I just like to, oh, you have no idea how much I just like to, oh God. But anyways, that's my problem, I guess. So anyways, I want to show you this part in here and here. See if I can get it up here. Hold on. So anyways, this I show you lines up here, slides down here and fits over there. Okay. And you can see, hold on, let me back this out just a hair. Let me take it out. You can see the designs right here in the discolorations. Those are obviously going to be hills and stuff. So you'll notice that on this overlay you have texture that matches those right there. Exactly. This is like forensics. You could call this, I guess, forensics geology, I guess. I don't know. Because that's what it is, basically. And I'm telling you, a forensics scientist knows exactly what this is when I point this out. They know it's the truth. The rest of the people, I don't know. But I can tell you what a professional would think. And then to top it off, because I said it was a vortex, you can see that there's rotation involved here. What happens if you're looking, if you just block out everything here and just look here, imagine looking down a giant tornado, and as you're looking down it, you would notice that the opening gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Okay, that's what you're looking at right here. When you see this smaller one inside the bigger hole, you're seeing the distance down the opening of a vortex. If you can use your mind like that. See how other things fit in here too? They do that because they're one of the same. There's no other reason. But like I said, because this is a vortex, now I had somebody get upset with me because they noticed I had flipped around an image, and they're like, you can't do that. That just discredits everything that you just said, blah, blah, blah. Right. No, it doesn't actually, buddy. You don't, for one, nobody here knows exactly how this planet was made, so they can't act like they do. All I'm doing is showing you evidence that I think suggests how the planet was made. It's showing us, basically. And because this is a vortex, things are going to rotate. Just like that. Here's that same thing rotated. Now take a look at the overall picture here when I slide it in. Okay, but take a look at it there. I told you this is from rotation. And remember, I told you the smaller hole would be like looking down like the eye of a tornado. And you can see how that fits, and then not only does it fit there, but because it's these are reoccurring layers or whatever, you can see that it also fits in here if I rotate it a little bit, but you can see that. Maybe if I move it up too. Notice that when I line up these dots right here, other areas line up too, like up here. You see that? And they tell the story of Yellowstone Park, by the way. Everybody's so worried about Yellowstone Park. Well, let me show you the story of Yellowstone Park that nobody else can tell you. And that's why I would think you would subscribe to my channel, because you want to know things that you can't get from, uh, you know, mainstream science. They don't know none of this. They just keep reassuring you that somehow Yellowstone Park is going to blow up soon for some reason. But I don't think that's possible, because Yellowstone Park is actually the what what began as the creation of this planet, and that's why it's so huge the way it is. And it must be that its reoccurring pattern, because there's hundreds of Yellowstone Park patterns all around this planet, that one must be the one that's closest to the source of energy or whatever, and that's why it's still smoking and stuff like that. But I highly doubt that it's ever going to blow up on the size that created it. Okay, I don't think that energy is there anymore. It's been released already. It's became our planet. You understand what I'm saying? So any kind of a volcanic explosion at Yellowstone Park is not going to be supersized. I don't think it's possible. I'm sure the area is moving around. You know, it's swelling, shrinking, and all that. And it might, you know, you're going to get some. You might even get a volcano there. I don't know, but I'm almost positive that it's not going to be the size that created it in the first place, because I don't think it's got that energy. Now I'm pretty sure, you know, who knows, the government may be pumping it full of energy, trying to get it to blow up. I don't know what they do, but they do some shady stuff, I can tell you that. And but I don't think anybody is in, like, I don't think the United States has to worry about it going off and you know, blowing up 1/3 of the continent or anything like that anytime soon. It kind of just makes logical sense that it wouldn't. And I'm showing you what made it right here. You can see the alignments right here, there, reoccurring patterns there. There's one here. Notice when I put that down, this fits in here. This also looks a lot like oh, what that island by Australia right here, Tasmania or whatever. It looks a lot like that, doesn't it? Just a lot. It looks exactly like this shape right here, because it most likely is a reoccurring pattern of it. So see how that all this is the same thing. It's not a hot spot either. See how that fits in there really good, because it was probably more recent, a closer layer to it than these are. This one looks like it would rotate and fit in there better. So I'm sure that's probably what's going on there. Notice that that's about the same size as this slide mark. And this one. You know, there's probably a lot of math involved with this too, because of the size of Yellowstone Park. I bet you there's a correlation with its size. You know how people do that uh, forbidden geometry and stuff like that or whatever, um, like the Freemasons. I wouldn't doubt if there's a correlation between the size of Yellowstone Park and everything else on the planet. There's probably a correlation with this is probably why like I can do these reoccurring patterns everywhere. They're just all related mathematically and visually. See how this thing fits right in here too? So there's no doubt that I showed you the accuracy of my alignments here. I mean, down to the details. So there's really no reason to doubt it. And like I said, anybody can do their own overlays. So you don't really have to rely on me to tell you this. You can actually look it up and then decide for yourself on your own time if I'm right or not. But the people that just see this and then they just assume for some reason that they know more than I do about this and they're going to tell me why, you know, there's a difference between telling me I'm wrong and showing me I'm wrong, and yet nobody has yet showed me wrong at all. I guarantee you that, and they're not gonna either. They can try. So the best they can do is come and act like a jerk off, you know. But I'm sorry for airing that out. That's just. Hopefully, I won't have to deal with that no more. Because I'm telling you right now, like if you come to my channel and act like a jerk off, I'm just gonna go ahead and block you. It's not worth my time anymore. I got more important things to do, and that's like share this with other people that actually care. See how this lines up too? The textures. This lines up with this basin. See how that flares out right there as I pull it in? You can see that, right? Because I always think that everybody gets this, and then I'm surprised by the comments I get. I'm just totally blown away because I thought we got this. I thought we I felt reassured that people were getting this. So, but look at it again. Take a close look at the if I could go closer, I'd go closer, but I think it's just going to get blurrier. But see how it's in every way possible, the texture is lining up like it should. Here's Lake Tahoe, I think. And I'm sure it's related to that because this does look like it moves when I see. That's the thing. If this thing's moving, it's going to line up in different places as it's moving. So you're going to see it makes my job easy to find the alignment. See, like I can find this one right now just by moving this over. I'm trying to find something that just sells this whole thing, so I would think that that's already happened, but I just want to make sure. Because you got to tell this has been moving up like this. Well, this thing right here obviously also rotated too, but you can tell that's related. Everything else lines up too when I do it, see? Yellowstone Park. These textures that you see right here, you can find those in Japan. You can find the same texturing all around the planet. We've been looking at the planet the wrong way. See how this, I move this in. Okay, look. See how that looks just like that? And then I move it in more, but I think it was, I moved it up like this. You can see it, then it realigns right up here. And then there's a new alignment going on right here. And it just keeps realigning as it's moving in. See that? Take an overlay of Mars and then see if that does it here. It won't do it like this here. If the textures aren't right, it won't line up. It's not going to. It's not by chance. And then we get more of a story right here. This to me looks like rotation. And this looks like the result of rotation is it's rotating this way. This is our number 6 too, I bet you. Oh gosh, I hate this. It's hard to see through there. Oh, I forgot about this one. Dang it. There's a 6 off our coastline, and I'm sure it's related to this right here. Guarantee it, actually. Lines up again too. Look at that. It just keeps relining. This is not covered in plate tectonics. So anyways, I'm just trying to show everybody something they don't know. Some people get offended by that. If you're offended by that, just don't watch anymore. We'll take it from here. Thank you guys for thank you to the subscribers that are, you know, kind, and or the ones that just don't say anything, which is fine too. I don't mind that at all. You know, I appreciate you guys, and I don't mean, I hate coming off with this negative stuff. I'm not going to do it anymore unless somebody somehow, you know, triggers my fault, my defects. And maybe then you'll hear it again. I'll try not to, though. I'm really working on this. So, but I appreciate you guys watching this. And if if you don't, if you don't believe me, then like ask me a question. Why, you know, just ask me whatever question it is that makes it hard for you to believe me, and I'll try to answer it the best I can. I'm not going to freak out. It's the people that don't do that and just start blabbing off and, you know, calling me names, and I mean, this is ridiculous. That's who I have a problem with. The rest of everybody else is cool. No problem whatsoever. Have no problem if you don't believe me. I have no problem if you ask me questions about this. None of that, everything about that's fine. I actually enjoy that part. So I don't mean to come off like, you know, like I'm a bad person or something. But anyways, so that's what I have for you today. Thanks for watching.